All right, so Grant Morrison had some interesting words to say about Superman. If you don't know, Grant Morrison is an acclaimed comic book writer, one of the most legendary comic book writers of all time. Written classics like Batman Arkham Asylum and All Star Superman. All Star Superman being one of the greatest Superman graphic novels ever written. And he has some thoughts about Superman and whether or not Superman would go evil. Now, there's been a bunch of Superman stories coming out lately about Superman becoming a tyrant, taking over the world, because Lois Lane dies, right? One such story is Injustice, Gods Among Us. That story sees Superman becoming a tyrant after he accidentally kills Lois with his own hands because he was tricked by the Joker. And another story where we see Superman become tyrannical is Batman vs. Superman and Zack Snyder's Justice League. In both those movies, you get a glimpse of Superman being evil because he succumbs to the anti-life equation because Lois Lane dies. Lois Lane is the factor that's triggering Superman to become evil. It makes it easier for a character like Darkseid to take over Superman because Lois Lane dies. And if you remember the flashback in BVS, Superman specifically blames Batman for taking Lois from him. Now here's what Grant Morrison has to say about Superman going evil because Lois Lane dies. The idea that Superman would react to the death of Lois Lane by becoming a tyrant is ridiculous. My mom and dad died and I didn't become a tyrant. If I can handle it, Superman can handle it. Those are Grant Morrison's words, and that comes with a lot of weight. Because people are fascinated with evil Superman. They love to see Superman go evil for some reason. And I completely agree with Grant Morrison. Just having Lois Lane die, or having, Superman's parents die, or someone close to him die, is not nearly a good enough reason for him to become a tyrant. If we remember back to one of the greatest graphic novels of all time, Kingdom Come, Lois Lane dies in that book. And Superman doesn't become evil at all. Actually, it's quite the opposite. He actually excommunicates himself and goes into isolation. He never really becomes evil in that book. In fact, in one of the last few moments of Kingdom Come, he's about to go evil and he comes to his senses. Because Superman in his heart is a good person. And whatever tragedy he's going through is not going to stop him from seeing the best in himself and in the rest of humanity. He might question himself, he might question humanity, sure. But he's always going to come back to seeing the good in humanity. And it was hilarious to watch the Snyder drones on Twitter completely fall over themselves trying to defend, Zack Snyder's Justice League, saying it's the anti-life equation. That's why Superman turns evil. Well, no, because we've set up in 2 movies that Lois Lane dies. And that is a major factor to why Superman becomes evil. It is the main factor Superman becomes evil in Injustice. In fact, there's a lot of Superman stories where, Lois Lane dies and then Superman goes off this fucking tirade and becomes darker. And Grant Morrison is making an excellent point here about Superman. And if anybody knows anything about Superman, it's Grant Morrison. In fact, he's probably one of the few people that understands Superman more than most other comic book writers. Certainly knows more than Zack Snyder. But yeah, this is just another example of how fragile some fandoms are. That you can have an expert, a legendary writer like Grant Morrison come out and say some basic facts and people lose their shit. And honestly, killing Lois Lane is a super lazy way to turn Superman evil. Having Superman fall under the spell of some anti-life equation is also super lazy because you're not really changing his character, you're just putting him in a different circumstance. Or you're having him being mind controlled. And it comes off as really lazy. At least to me. Most mind control stories are pretty lazy anyway. It's just an easy way to explain away all the problems with certain character traits. But anyway, that's it for now. Do you agree with Grant Morrison? I sure as hell do. And I'm also sick of seeing evil Superman. I think it's super lazy, really redundant. We don't need to see it. If you want an evil Superman, just make Cyborg Superman. Make a character that's like Superman but evil. They have it in the books. Just do that in the movies. Stop trying to take a character and make him something else that he's not. Because, some people from the outside looking in think he's boring. And they want to make him cool by making him evil. And that's the only reasoning they have for making him evil, is just to be cool and edgy. And in BVS, you could explain away the whole nightmare sequence as just that, a nightmare. Just Bruce freaking out. But then we get Zack Snyder's Justice League, and Zack Snyder doubles down on this dumb idea of Superman becoming evil because he loses Lois. There's even a specific shot in Zack Snyder's Justice League where he's holding a Lois Lane skeleton in his arms, and then Darkseid comes up behind him, as if to say Darkseid has now firmly taken control of Superman and is using the death of Lois Lane to brainwash Superman. At least that's the idea that's getting across. And as Grant Morrison says right here, that's a very lazy way to do it. But that's it for now. Comment below, let me know what you think, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye for now.
It almost feels like he's above all of us, looking down on everything, and can see the whole...
We, as three-dimensional entities, were interacting with a two-dimensional plane. And
Grant's the only guy who knows how to draw hypertime on the back of a napkin.
What you have to remember about Grant is that his greatest creation in a lot of ways is himself.
So it's never going to be me, you'll never get it, you'll never know, and whatever you think I am, that's what I'm not.